Hello everybody and welcome to GarnishBarTV. I'm Ben Regan, and this is where we discuss your favorite mixed drinks from GarnishBar.com. Now, yesterday was episode 1 for GarnishBarTV, the official episode, the first official episode of GarnishBarTV. I'll get it out. And I mentioned the Tito's Handmade Vodka giveaway, which is still going on. So if you want to enter, it'll end on April 5th. All submissions have to be in by April 5th, and what you have to do is submit a recipe to GarnishBar.com that uses Tito's Handmade Vodka. That's it, as simple as that. I'll randomly pull a name from all the people who have submitted a recipe, and one of them will win these promotional items here from Tito's Handmade Vodka. So that was the first episode, and what I wanted to do with this second episode, I thought about diving right into a review of maybe even Tito's vodka, or maybe doing a recipe. A few people have already submitted Tito's recipes, so I thought about doing some of those, or maybe some older recipe that's already in the system in GarnishBar. But I realized it would probably be best if I take a step back and sort of just introduce myself to you guys, get a little history on me, my ideas for GarnishBarTV, and maybe we can talk a little bit about GarnishBar.com and plans for the future. So I think that's probably a better use of this video. So guys, I hope you don't mind waiting one more video before we get into a review. So here goes. My name is Ben. I am happily married. I have two twin boys. They just turned 3. They're awesome. Totally blessed to have them. I am a professional designer by trade. That's just sort of what I do as my day job. I've been doing it now since I got out of college, so now I've been doing it about 12 years. About 12 years. What else I guess that means is I'm not a bartender. In fact, I've never bartended ever. Haven't gone to bartending school or taken any lessons. In fact, I rarely do any home bartending when we host our usually small parties or gatherings that we have here at the house, or if I'm at someone else's party. I typically have not been behind the bar in those events, so I know that usually when I tell people that, they kind of like cock their head a little bit and WTF, why GarnishBar? And I imagine you guys are doing the same thing, like why GarnishBar.com, why the show, if where is it coming from, why? And really it comes down to when I was in college, me and my buddies were trying to find recipes that we could make using the ingredients, this mishmash of ingredients and liquors and spirits that we had on hand, and we found it really difficult to do. There were a handful of sites that it was possible, like WebTender, but the usability was a little clunky. There wasn't a lot of conversation around the recipe, so it was hard to gauge if they were going to be good or not. And for us college kids, these liquors and spirits, they're not cheap, and we really didn't want to make a bad tasting drink for us or our friends and have it sort of wasted. So we kind of had a hard time of it a little bit, and I saw an opportunity to do something better. So I started what then was called VarsityDrinking.com. It was actually varsity-drinking.com because varsity drinking, all one word, was taken already. So I started that site. I put a little bit of money into it, invested a little bit of money into creating this cocktail community. Or at the time it was really drinking. It still involved beer as well. It was beer, just any kind of alcohol consumption, just a little community. Heavily skewed towards a male audience because I was young. And that was just sort of my world, was these college age kids. And let's just say I made a lot of bad choices. I made a lot of mistakes, and I learned a ton. A lot of that money was sort of wasted, and there was this client web developer relationship where I was now the client, whereas usually I'm the designer dealing with clients. And you know, I learned a lot about the, you know, what that role was like and how it felt to maybe not have great communication with your vendors, or you're worried about quality of work you're going to get back with all this money that you're giving over. So anyways, I learned a ton. One of the things I also learned was about federal trademarking, because I tried to get Varsity Drinking as a federal trademark. It was sort of denied because Varsity Brands pushed back on it, and I could have fought it. I don't know if I would have won, but I could have fought it, but it would have cost more money and possibly getting a lawyer involved, and it really just, I didn't have any more money at the time to continue that fight, and didn't see it worthwhile. So I got rid of Varsity Drinking name and thought up a couple other names, and the one that stuck was GarnishBar. So this was about, now we're looking at about 6 years ago now, and I created, from GarnishBar, created a blog, because creating the site was going to be too expensive for me to do at the time, but creating like a WordPress blog was free or relatively inexpensive. Had to pay for hosting and domain names, etc. And so I started doing that for a while, and I got a little bit of traction with it, just a little bit, and then I realized that I could continue doing that, but it was going to be really tough, and video was starting to really explode. There was I don't know at the time if vlogging was huge, but you could feel it coming. There was certainly people that were doing it well already. It wasn't like I was on the cutting edge of it. People were already doing it and being successful, and I sort of said I can do that. And so about 4 or 5 years ago, I started thinking about doing these videos, believe it or not, and finally I'm just now doing it. But alongside of that, I said I really want to create GarnishBar, the cocktail community, not GarnishBar, the blog. And so I invested, again, just a little less money this time, but a little bit of money into getting GarnishBar.com up and running as it is today. I'm constantly making changes and upgrades and finding little bugs and fixing it. But along with doing that, I said, you know, I want to start doing those videos. And so saved up a little bit of money, bought lights, bought camera, built the set. My wife has been super supportive doing this. Reached out to some other people that are also doing videos and talked to them about it. And so here we are. And I guess to go back to the original question, which was why am I doing this if I originally didn't have an interest in the drinks themselves, I think it comes down to this notion of, like, I really like fixing things, and I saw something to me that was broken or that could be done better, and so I've been pursuing creating that. And not only do I enjoy fixing things, I really actually like the community aspect of this stuff too. So I enjoy going to parties and gatherings where there's a lot of people, and when there's somebody, when we gather as a group and we have these liquors and spirits, and there's no one there that knows how to make the drinks, I feel like I want to fix that too, but I don't have the knowledge to do it, like, because I'm not a bartender and I haven't been to bartending school, if that's even necessary, but I just don't have the knowledge to start taking the spirits or the liquors and start making concoctions that people will enjoy. And I think that sort of frustrates me a little bit, or at least I see an opportunity where I'm like, hey, I'm at a party, you know, people want somebody to fix them a drink. I can fix that too. So it's an interest, and it's something that I'm going to be learning as I do the show. So I guess when it comes down to it, I don't know much about the stuff that I'm going to be reviewing, especially at the beginning. They're going to be honest reviews. They're going to be reviews about my reviews, my takes on what the stuff tastes like. You know, is it enjoyable to me? And everyone's palate's different, so I'll try and be as descriptive as I can. That way, if I say, wow, you know, this drink is interesting, but I really don't like coconut, and that's really coming through, then you can say, wow, it sounds like a pretty good drink, and I actually like coconut, so I'm going to try that. That's sort of what I want to happen. So I'll really try to be as descriptive as I can with the reviews. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a rating system or not, because taste is so subjective. You know, I've debated on putting a rating or ranking system on GarnishBar.com just for that reason. Now, I think it is helpful to, when you have a whole lot of recipes, to start ranking of some sort, so you get a hierarchy of these one, a lot of people really like these, so you may as well. But when it comes to just me reviewing them to you, a one-person rating is a lot more subjective, so I'm not sure how valuable it would be, but you guys tell me. If you want me to rate it, we can discuss a rating system, make something unique or that makes sense, and I'll certainly start doing that as well. So for the show, we've already talked about reviews. Those are pretty obvious things. Ingredient reviews, possibly sponsored ingredient reviews. When they're sponsored, I will write it in the description and let you guys know that it's being paid for. That way there's total transparency there. I'm not one of those people where if I'm paid, I'm going to sing praises for the stuff just because of the money. So I'll certainly make it clear, probably in the video by telling you, but also certainly in the description. So that's ingredient reviews. Definitely want to do recipe reviews, mostly of all the recipes that you guys will have and have already submitted to GarnishBar.com. I think that's one of the sort of the magical things about the video in the show, is that that's how I'll be connecting with you guys. Since you're physically not here, I can really, you know, we'll start to learn each other. These are the drinks that you guys like, and maybe I'll like them too, or maybe I won't, or maybe I'll suggest changes that would suit my palate, etc. And we start having that bonding. That's really, I think, what I'm looking for out of doing this show. That's what I think how the magic will happen. Yeah, man, it could be anything. I have all these other ideas. I would love to find local bartenders that would like to come on the show and talk to me, because, again, because I don't have that knowledge, it would be great to get someone in here who does have that knowledge and is able to talk to you guys and to me, really educate me on these different things. Which reminds me, if any of you watching, and I'm sure there are, do have this knowledge and you hear me say something incorrect, by all means, feel free, comment below and tell me what I said or possibly did. You know, maybe there was a drink technique that I got wrong. You know, maybe I muddled with the wrong end of the muddle. Maybe I shook it wrong. Something, you know. Maybe I said some spirit was from a different plant or something. I don't know. You guys, if you know better, if you're one of those experts in that area, or if you're just a rum connoisseur and that's your thing, please comment, leave a comment and let me know where I went wrong, because I'm here to learn, as well as all the other viewers. So please feel free to comment and make corrections. Yeah, I just really want to have a good time with this, guys. I have some other ideas how we can make this fun. Maybe some versus thing where some people have, you know, two people have submitted recipes that are very similar. Maybe we can do a versus thing. Which one's better? I know on a lot of sites it's like, here's the Long Island iced tea 1, and here's LIT 2, and here's LIT 3, and blah blah blah. You know, like that's gonna happen. And there was a certain point in my planning for GarnishBar, I was like, do I want that to happen? Do I want to control that or not? I know it's really confusing for the other people, for the end user to try and find LIT, and there's like 6 different variants. But maybe we can have fun with that and really, you know, versus them against each other, and you know, and that's how the better one will sort of surface or float to the top. So that could be really cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe if I'm able to, I could do some on location videos. Maybe I can hit some local bars here. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's not a mecca for cocktails, but it's certainly a growing area. We have several craft cocktail bars here in the area, so I would love to be able to, you know, get into one or a couple of those, talk to the bartenders there. Let's you know, discuss the drinks, their own branded recipes if they have any, and talk about those and the scene, etc. So just everything that's related to cocktails, from the ingredients and the barware and the recipes themselves and the people who make them and the history behind them. All of it's up for grabs in these videos, and I don't currently have a set schedule for when these videos are going to come out. Right now my family's out of town, so I'm able to do these almost every night. However, when they get back into town, we kind of have to fall into a routine or a schedule. So I most likely will be recording on a Thursday, Friday, editing over the weekend, and then posting on Monday through Friday. I don't know if it's going to be a 5-day thing where a video comes out every day during the week, or if it's going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. And I certainly don't know yet if Monday will be just ingredients, and you know, Tuesday will be a recipe, and Wednesday will be a bartender interview. I haven't figured that all out yet. I'm sort of just flying by the seat of my pants here, but I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's just going to be a lot of fun, guys. So I really appreciate you watching. If you have any suggestions on how I should possibly do the show, or content I should cover, or anything, you tell me. What do you guys want to see? Hey, what do you guys want to see in the show? That's the question of the day. What would you guys like to see out of this show? It's for you, really. I mean, I'll be learning a lot, and I'll be sitting back here and talking to you guys, but ultimately it's for you. So please tell me what you guys would like to see in future episodes of GarnishBarTV. Thanks, guys. Hey everybody, make sure you check out tomorrow's episode where I review Tito's Vodka and compare it to Pinnacle and Kettle One.